Përshëndetje, welcome to Inside Albania with me, Alice Taylor. Today I am joined in the studio by Florjan Binaj. He is an actor, a comedian, TV presenter and an activist, and also recently took a small side quest into politics. Welcome to Inside Albania. Thank you after, I think, 9 months of me messaging you. Please come on my show. You finally accepted, so thank you.
Thank you, Alice.
I've been really looking forward to this interview as well. But as with all my interviews, we have to start at the beginning because my viewers are Albanian, but also there are lots of people who may not know, your full history and things because they're from outside of the country. So where did you grow up? Where are you from originally? Don't say Tirana. And when you were younger, what was your dream? What did you want to be?
I grew up in Tirana. I was born here in Tirana, and I grew up in the periphery of the city. And I was growing up always like playing with my friends in the nature, like being dirty after playing football and going to the river and washing ourselves like dogs and going clean to our houses. My mother or my friend's mother will not say anything when you get so dirty, and climbing up the trees and knowing nature and the physics, the law of physics, like playing.
Falling out of the trees.
Yeah. And after that, my origins are from Vlora. And but my father was born here in Tirana. I was born here in Tirana, but we have a connection with Vlora, like it's like blood connection.
Yes,
we have all our cousins there. And every summer when I was a kid until I was like 20, we went there 1 month at the village and 1 month at the seaside, taking bath in Vjosa, in Shushica, in Zvernec.
Which village?
Amonit, Sevaster, Vjosa, which is ancient Amantia.
Okay, yes.
And growing up, I saw the changing in Tirana, the changing and destruction of the periphery of our city, the destruction of the river when we used to bath after we play football. And the only thing that did not change was Shushica, Vjosa, and Zvernec in Vlora. But now the change is happening there also, and it's not a good change, it's a destructive change.
I was at Bratai a few weeks ago, coming back from Himara, and I'd been in Shushica a couple of years ago when they were wanting to build a small hydropower plant there, and they stopped that, but now they've put a tube there which takes water from Shushica, somewhere there, and sends it to Green Coast, I think, or the coast for luxury resorts and things. So it's
very sad. It's very sad watching those things happening in front of you, and the saddest part is that you have to tell your kids that this used to be a beautiful river, this here used to be a beautiful pine tree, this here used to be everything. We have to say is used to be, and this is very sad. I try to reconstruct some photos, some old photos, colorize them, and tell my kids, look how beautiful it was. But in this moment, it's very important, and it's very clear. People have opened their eyes that all our demands, all the naturalists that have spoken for many, many years are come to an end because people now can recognize the destructive power of the big word, growth.
Yes.
Economic growth.
And in fact, I remember when I first came to Albania, I was working for Exit Media, and we were writing about the Vjosa. We were involved in the Vjosa campaign, and we were warning. We were saying, if Vjosa is not protected, they are going to build luxury resorts in the Delta. People said, no, you're anti-development, you're anti-tourism, you're paid by Greece, whatever. People didn't listen. Then they protected the Vjosa, but they changed the law on the boundaries of the protected areas. And we said, be careful, they are going to build. And then when they announced the Vlora airport, and we said, they're going to build it in an area which is protected. This is going to serve luxury resorts. They said, you're anti-tourism. Nobody listened. And now It's happened and people have woken up. And the first days of the protests, I had people sort of writing on my Instagram, why are you not talking about the situation? I was like, I've been talking about the situation for 8 years and you didn't listen.
Yeah.
Now look what's happened, you know? It's sad it's got to this stage.
And I used to tell to my friends, which are like so on this situation, like we need to grow economically from this investment, but we also have to protect the nature. And I said to them, it's not that you can do both of them.
Yes.
You have to destroy something.
Yeah.
And in this case, you have to destroy Zvernets, Narta, Lagoon, Pishporo. Let's put it like this, I said to them. Let's go to the Louvre Museum and let's take Mona Lisa. It's a masterpiece.
Yes.
Like Narta, like Zvernets. Let's start to scrap Mona Lisa because we're going to make modern painting over her.
And we're going to use the canvas.
Yeah, and we're going to use the canvas. And we'll say, we'll preserve all the scrap that we scratch from the painting, and you will see a modern paint. But do you still have the Mona Lisa? No.
No.
Why don't you use a new telaio for this? Somewhere else?
Yes. And what was their reaction?
Yeah, there was like...
Yeah, you're right.
It's a good one.
But you know, I had two guys on my show the other week. One was 20. He was Albanian, born in the UK, and he's come to live in Albania. And the other was Albanian, who went to live in America. And I said to them, you know, what would you do if you were prime minister for the day? And the young guy, he said, I wouldn't focus on tourism because tourism is not... there's only a certain amount of tourists, you know, you can only get to a certain point. And he said, what about like industry and infrastructure and tech? And, you know, there's so much that Albania can make money from, which it is not doing. Tourism shouldn't be the only thing that's being focused on.
Yeah,
and I think he was right with that.
Yeah, I think one of the greatest things that someone can do in a day, if it was a prime minister, will do the opposite of everything this government has done.
Everything.
Everything, the opposite.
Okay, I'm going to be devil's advocate. You know, I've lived here 9 years. Things have got better in some ways, you know. Of
course.
There are lots of improvements. My daughter goes to state school. I wouldn't have made that decision like 5-6 years ago, you know. Like my mum was hospitalised recently at Nana Teresa, and I was ready to, like, you know, I was surprised at the treatment that she had, you know. It was good.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been like that 5-6. I know it's not like that every day for everyone, but it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. You know, there are things which have got better.
Yeah, of course, but people has not stayed like this and watched the government do all the work.
No.
People have also invested in making everything good around them, everything good around the city, everything good around our country.
Yes.
So it's not only the merit of the government.
No,
it's the will of the people to do something good for themselves and for their lives. In this way, we have paid taxes.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that we haven't paid the taxes and the government did its job.
Yes.
But we're seeing how the government are using our taxes, like taking our tax and giving to one businessman, and the businessman build a road somewhere in the middle of a forest, and after that, with our money,
we have to pay to use it.
Yeah, a helipad for himself, and later on, it built a resort, you know. And we, the people, paid for the street and for helipad for that businessman.
Yeah. Yes, it's not.
So...
We'll come back to this later. I want to know, okay, so a young boy growing up in Tirana, how did you become a comedian and an actor? Were you always funny as a kid? Or you're like, always.
Yeah, I always was funny like a kid, and I always liked to make people laugh, make people happy. And I was very happy when I saw people being happy. And of course, my parents were like, no, don't be like this. It's not too serious. You will grow up and no one will take you seriously. But, you know...
Look at me now, Mum and Dad.
And I had this talent that I can impersonate almost everybody since young age. So I impersonate my friends at the class, my teachers, school directors. Like
I bet that went down well with the teachers. They were not happy about this.
Not too much. And you know, this was alongside with the talent that I had for painting. You know, since I was 2.5 years old, at kindergarten, everybody wants to go outside and play. I was trying to figure out how to draw things, how to draw space, how to draw buildings, how to draw portraits. And my parents came very late from work, and I was the only kid staying at the kindergarten waiting for my parents. And I used to do portraits of my teacher until my parents come. And today I'm very good at making portraits.
Yeah. So you can impersonate people with your voice and your body, and you can do...
Yeah, this also helped me make very good characters at the Portuguese show when I worked for 18 years.
Yes. How did that happen? How did you end up in this, very prominent show and playing these characters?
At the beginning, I was using my skills in the coffee with my friends, impersonating things and making fun of them. One day we were at the TV show and the doors were open, not like the day that TV shows pays people to go there and watch and applaud them. Back then in 2004, doors were open, people jump in and ask questions to the guests. And a friend of mine tell me, look, are the guys of the Portuguese show, which was airing about 4 weeks. It was brand new. And he said to me, go there and ask them, tell them that you have these skills. I said, look, I'm a painter. I don't have school for this, It's something that goes on. But I don't think I can, compete with them.
Yeah.
And no, go, he told me. And he saw me being so stoned, and he pushed me with the chair, and I fell off. And the presenter of the show, Agron Lagai, saw me, and he came to me and said, are you okay? And I said, yes, my name is Florjan Binaj, and I can impersonate many things. And he said to me, okay, come the next week and do an audition.
Okay.
And I went, I did the audition. They said to me, write something down, that you can tell in front of the jury. I did not, I wrote that like a doctor, Myself was not able to read what did I wrote. And when I started impersonating the the mayor of Tirana, which at the time was Edi Rama, they start laughing, like crazy. I said to myself, that's total disappointment. And they asked everybody, come here and watch this young man. Do it again, they said. And I said, they want to make fun of me now. So I did it again, and everybody laughed. And I said to myself, that's...
You thought they were laughing at you, not like with you.
Yeah. And I go out, and they took my number. And at that day, they called me, and they said, the next week you will start the show.
Were you, okay, I have lots of questions. I started watching Portugali maybe 7 years ago, and it was when I was really at the beginning of learning Albanian, and I would watch your impersonations of the police and of Edi Rama and things. And even in the beginning, when I didn't understand Albanian, I found it funny, but I think it helped me to understand a bit, because I was really trying to figure out what you were saying so I could get the joke, So maybe I have to credit you with teaching me a bit of Albanian without realizing. But it was one of the shows that I would watch when I was first learning. And your impression of Edi Rama, which is the most famous, has he ever given you feedback on it? Has he ever called you or messaged you and been like, well done, or
Yeah, at the beginning, because I was also at school, at the university, and we had some project for the tourists at the time, a painted map for the tourists so they can visit Tirana and everything around. And we met with him. And at that time, he was looking at the show, because the show was very, very famous. It was airing only one day a week, only Sunday. And if you missed that, you cannot tell your friends what was the funny part. And at the beginning he was very friendly about that. He liked the impersonation I made of him. And the last time that I met him, it was in 2015. At that time, it was the last time that he was like okay with what I did at the show. After that,
we don't know.
after that, he became what I did at the show. He became
the caricature.
The caricature of what I did at the show. So
he maybe he took too much inspiration from you rather than you taking inspiration from him.
No, but giving all that power, it's say that if you want to know someone better, give him power, so you will know him.
And has your opinion of him changed over the years? I mean, was there a time where you liked him and what he was doing, and now obviously I think that's changed?
Yeah, there was a time in 2013 that everybody thought Edi Rama is a new guy that can lead us to Europe and can govern us and things like that, because he was he was sold to us from the media that he's an artist, he's a good guy, he's a great
basketball
guy,
player, he's cool,
he's very funny, he's everything you don't have from Berisha, he has it. And we had this hope. Everybody has this hope. That's why he won so good at 2013 elections. But after that, we start noticing things that were not okay with what he said before, and everybody got disappointed. And you see today how many protests are in the squares of Tirana and also in other cities that. He did everything he didn't promise, and he promised everything he didn't do.
But I kind of feel as well that Albania corruption is so ingrained in society. Corruption is everywhere. And my concern is, the way the system is at the moment, even if you put Mother Teresa in the position of Prime Minister, hypothetically, to function, to get things done, to work, she would have to be corrupt in a way, because the system at every level is like that. I think this takes a lot. It has to be undone from us upwards. We have to change our informal mentality of, let's have a coffee, or my cousin can help. Do you know what I mean? There is so much that has to change. It's not just the politicians.
There's too much that has to change, but it's like a car that if the engines run out of oil, you have to put oil all the time. You just need to change the engine, a new one, and you will not need to put oil anywhere. So people will follow the mentality of their government. If the government works like with corruption, everybody will work with corruption, because it's the only way that you can make it to the end of the month. And for many of us, it's a struggle, because we don't like to pay. Many of Albanians, we don't like to pay for everything that we have already paid. We paid for security, we paid for cleaning streets, we paid many taxes, and you don't get the services back. So the solution is not to pay more taxes, because we have seen where all the money goes.
But this is what I like about this new movement, with the protests, is that people are demanding better. In every level of society, they want everything sort of scrubbed clean and to be started again. They are demanding higher standards, but they also have to set that example themselves as well. I think this is really important.
Yeah, because we have had enough. We have had
people
enough.
Are tired.
During these 13 years, we have seen that anti-values were sold to us like the values, the new values, and the values were sold to us like the anti-values. And meritocracy is almost disappeared here. We have seen many institutions that are fulfilled with people that are likers, subscribers, sharers, commenters of what the mayor, of what the director, or what the minister, of what the prime minister said. So, and there's no space for the specialist of any kind. And these people have the power to make decisions that can change for bad for our lives. And after the problem is so big, like an Himalaya big, and there's nothing we can do, they ask the experts, can you come and fix this problem?
Yeah, we need more meritocracy rather than nepotism. Is this why you decided to go into politics, or to at least, consider it? You were going to run as the mayor of Tirana until it got cancelled. From what I understand, you still intend to be a candidate when the elections happen in 2027, unless it happens before. How did that come about? Like, what was the conversation you had with yourself, with your wife, with your friends?
My friends, my family, and my colleagues have asked me for many, many years, why don't you try? Why don't you try? Because we know you, we trust you, and we saw that you didn't change from kid to now. And but I always said to them that it's not something that you do it by your own, because it's not a one-man show. Being the mayor of Tirana is not a one-man show. Being the prime minister is not a one-man show. And that's what caused many, many problems, because people here want to make it like a one-man show.
Like the cult of personality.
And it's not the time, it's not the time, it's not the time. And later on, when all the opposition parties agreed with themselves that if a candidate, which is not from any party, will go and candidate, we will support him. And I said, okay, let's try this one, and let's see if they are willing to do what they said. And so I make my proposition, and luckily everybody agreed with that. And it was the first time in 36 years that all the opposition parties were
could agree on something.
Agree on something,
It's not very often that they manage to agree on things. But as you're married, you have 3 children, I think, yes. Taking that step into politics is very different. You're on TV. I mean, that comes with its own pressures, but it's not that cutthroat sort of quite vicious sort of scenario that politics is, because politics here is people use terrible language, you get attacked, you have trolls online. I mean, was this something you considered, because when you step into the realm of politics, it's going to impact your family in some way or another at some point. Was this a difficult decision as well?
Yeah, it was a difficult decision, but I spoke a lot to my kids and my wife and my family, and I said to them, look, people will always say something bad about me. Even if Jesus Christ will candidate for mayor of Tirana, they will say many, many things about him. So don't worry about that. You know me. I'm not doing this for myself because I want to achieve a goal in my life. I want to do it because I'm putting myself, all my skills, to a better Tirana, and I wish that I can be the magnet for many, many professionals from all the professions to come and do what is more good. Like, for example, for the streets, we have to take a street engineer. For electricity, we have an electric engineer.
Do you know how many times I nearly break my leg a week? Yesterday, I fell over in the street in the middle. There was loads of cars. And it was so embarrassing. I went down like a sack of potatoes, but there's a bit of the pavement sticking up, and it was wobbly. And it's constant fear.
Because here it's a mentality like if no one dies, it's okay. But if someone dies, we'll take a poster like be careful, because and doing things like this government, the politics of these 13 years have made governing like it's not what it is. It's not important what it is, but it's important what it looks like. So let's use Photoshop. Let's finish everything with Photoshop. I saw many workers that work with trees and flowers, then went like this with the scissors, 10 people making photo, okay, and it didn't even cut it.
I've seen it.
It just opened like that.
I see it. I go running in the morning at the lake, and you have the team, and they're cleaning, and then there's someone there with a camera, right, guys,
So, and it's important that everybody who works at the municipality of Tirana is not used to share and and comment what the mayor or what the director said. They are there to do their work. We don't need to share, to like, because a government and a system built on likes, on share, on comments, it's not helpful for the people.
And now you have the backing of the opposition, including Sali Berisha as well. But then we have these protests going on, which are calling for the removal of both Berisha and Rama. I mean, where do you stand on this?
I said even at the protest that everybody who during those 36 years have taken even 100 lakh from taxpayer has to go to prison. Everybody who have break the law in this 36 years has to go to prison. I'm not a jurist. I'm not a
judge, jury, executioner.
Yeah, I'm not a judge, but everybody who did that deserves to go to prison. And there's also screaming people there searching for Belinda to go to prison and wishing everybody to meet Arion Velia to prison, you know?
So my daughter's at a summer camp now, and she told me that there's like 10 kids there or whatever, and their favourite thing to do at the moment after they finished eating is someone starts chanting Arion, or whatever it is, you know, and then they all start and the teachers can't stop them, you know. It just reminded me.
Because people know that the situation that we are here, it's a situation who start creating at 2008 when the Democratic Party and Socialist Party agreed to change the constitution and to make things like
a two-party state.
So it's very important now to change, to reverse all the things that have sent us to this situation.
It's impossible for any independent or smaller party to get into parliament to make any sort of proper change. It's just like backwards and forwards between the same.
Even the closed lists. It's, for example, I want to vote for you, but all my votes goes to another one.
This is not democratic.
Yeah, of course.
It's not. And what do you think about the other demands of the protesters, like the 2 mandates maximum?
It's great.
Yes.
2 mandates, even if 1 mandate is 2 years and not 4, it's okay. Even for the presidents, and also if how do you say, Cretari partis.
The head of the party.
Yeah. Even if the head of the party loses one election, he has to go out like everybody in the world.
Yes.
Like everybody.
What else would be your sort of focuses if you were to become the mayor of Tirana? What are your main priorities?
There are too many problems in Tirana. First of all, it's the Lana River that the protesters are calling now Rama River. This is new. They are calling it.
It's a beautiful river, isn't it? The smell of nature.
Very healthy, you know. If you want to detox yourself, you have to go beside. And the Lana River is a big problem. You know? It's a shame that after all these years, no one has ever fixed that problem. That it's fixable. We do not have to invent anything that does not exist. And also about green parks, you know, because today we have only the Liceni Artificial Park. All the Tirana has to go there. Try to find some
and they
parking.
do on a Saturday morning. It's like
because all the green parts of Tirana now are construction sites.
Lake Farka. I've got pictures of it from like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Now it's just, I mean, it's terrible.
And also connecting the periphery of Tirana to the center, because if you go to the periphery, they said to you that we are here. They said to us we are from Elbasani, but we are in Tirana.
Because it takes that long to get there.
Or in the north, they say to us we are from Kruja, but we are part of Tirana.
So like public transport, things like that. And trying to reduce the administration, you know, from 14,000 people to what it's the number that it's functionable. And in terms of the protests, you've been at the protests, you've taken part. What's your sense of it? Do you have hope? Who's going to get tired first? Do you think the protesters or the government?
I think that the government is scrambling right now. Its power is scrambling, and their lies does not work anymore on people, even those who are not at the protest, which are looking from their homes. And I think that the protest will start to change its form and become more powerful in a different way. And I hope it will not be aggressive, even though people from the government are put it inside, trying to make things like, for example, with the Israeli flag, which was a very bad provocation.
Yes,
and, no one took that provocation, and things like that. We're dealing with that every day. But I think in the end, there's no way out, even for the government, even for us.
There has to be a change.
There has to be a change.
Even if they don't resign immediately, there's got to be some kind of change. Also, the government has talked a lot about foreign interference, foreign influence, Iran. And have you seen any evidence of this?
We are used to that, we are used to it. In every protest, even
I remember
the student protest, they said they're from Iran infiltrated, they're from Turkey infiltrated, from Greece infiltrated. In 2022, when we go and protest for high prices, and everybody in Europe was lowering the taxes on food, but our government did not. They said they are sponsored by Russia, so Russia, which is a dictatorship, was sponsoring the democracy here. So, and a big chunk of the protesters went out because they believed that. After that, they said they are sponsored from Greece. Another chunk left the protest until we were like 50 people protesting. But today, this lies does not have any effect.
This is something I've noticed, they've said all these various things, foreign influence, and I haven't seen people really taking much notice of it. Even when there've been direct attacks on citizens who are involved in the protests, I don't mean physical attacks, but, this one is sponsored by such and such, this one did this before, Again, I don't see many people buying it before, because I had my own issues in the past with this. People believed it, but now I don't see them having the same impact before. And I'm wondering what's changed. Is it social media has allowed, and sort of access to information has opened people's eyes a bit, or just they're losing power?
Not only that, because we are also facing lack of trust from the televisions.
Yes.
The first 2 or 3 days, almost no television was airing the protest. But meanwhile, at the square, when we were, there was no internet. There was some sort of, I don't know,
jamming.
That you had no internet at all. So the television was not airing. We were not able to go live with the protest. So people start losing their trust on television. And the young generation, the Gen Z generation, I think no one from them watches television anymore.
No.
All the time on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on the socials.
This is how I found out about the protests. I was looking on Instagram. I was sat watching Netflix, and I opened my phone and I saw people protesting, and I was like, what is this now? And I checked another friend's account. Yes, it's now. And we got up and we went. Because there was no other information about it, know?
This is sad, but it's also a good thing that this have opened the eyes of people.
It's a decentralization of information and knowledge sharing, isn't it? I think that can be dangerous as well, sometimes when it comes to people, with bad intentions. But for things like this, the power of social media and people being able to, the algorithm.
Our government first enemy.
In terms of this new Albania that people are asking for, is there anyone you like outside of the current political elite? Are there people that you would like to see, not I'm saying as Prime Minister, but as having prominent roles, people you admire, people you think have integrity?
There are many people with integrity, and that I know. I don't want to name them because I don't want to...
Them to disappear.
Yeah. But as far as I know, people with integrity and professionals and high standards of moral usually don't jump first and raise their hand and say, I'm in. They want to get invited. And they want to...
Pushed.
Yeah, a little bit pushed and a little bit invited.
Yeah.
So they want to be invited. That's why people with no knowledge at all jump first, you know, and make their own path. And after destroying everything, it's not my fault. It's algorithm. It's like that. And there are too many peoples in Albania and abroad which can make a technical government function like never before. And this sensitivity for nature, for our land, for our country, for our rivers, our mountains, you know, has deep roots, and these deep roots and deep love for our country can make things go in the right way. And this is the moment for them, and I invite them from your show. I invite them to come and to give their experience and their human being for this cause.
I think as well, we have to really understand that working in the Bashkia or in the government, you're not there to take the salary. You're not there to make yourself famous. You're not there to get invited to TV shows. You're not there to have a nice driver and things like that. You are, in the UK, the term for someone who is employed by the state is civil servant.
Yeah.
Servant. You are there to serve. You are put there by the people and you are required to do as they wish. Like, you are there to serve them, not to be served. And I think that's something a lot of people, whether it's, you know, people working administration, when you go to get a stamp and they speak to you like you're on the bottom of their shoe. I've done impressions of them myself, you know. You are here to serve me. You know, this is your job. I pay for your salary. You are here not because you know, someone's cousin.
That's a big problem, because people in every place in the government need to serve to the people who employ them. But in fact, they have to serve to everybody around.
Yes.
So this is one of the problems. We don't get served because people who are there to serve us serve to the people who employ them to work. That's a big problem.
I wanted to ask you as well, I mean, I've asked you what your, the things you would do if you became the Tirana mayor, what they would be, but what kind of, I mean, you have 3 children, you're a parent like I am. What sort of future do you see for your children? Like, what's your goal in terms of creating the right future for them?
I think that every generation look like a little bit like their parents and a little bit like the generation that they grow up. And I will try my best and for everybody, you know, to make the good condition so everybody can grow. Everybody can push out their flower. You know? And but to my kids, I always say to them, I will help you become what do you like the most. Like my parents did with me. My parents trusted me and with painting, you know, when everybody knows that I will not survive by painting. But they didn't stop that, you know? So they saw me dreaming about that, and I will also do this with my kids, and I wish everybody listen to the kids, not pushing them to become Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, or let the kids try many things, and they will find out what makes them happy the most, what fulfills them. Yes,
my daughter's just going into 2nd grade, and I'm really, like, her grades are mixed, you know, because she loves art, she loves music, she loves sport. She doesn't really care about the other stuff. She's very smart, she's bilingual, you know, but she doesn't really like the other topics. And she's 7. I shouldn't be stressing about grades in maths, you know, but you get caught up in the societal sort of thing of they have to be good, they have to be perfect, they have to get top marks. I'm like, she's 7, you know, it doesn't matter. She needs to, you know, find her place. She'll catch up, she'll get used to it. But I think Albania is, they do put a lot of pressure on kids to sort of...
Yeah, it's something which is inherited from the...
perfectionism.
80s, 70s and 60s.
Yeah.
Every student, every pupil has to be perfect in every
grade.
In every grade.
Yeah.
And I said often to my son teacher that, look, it doesn't have to be good in every grade. You know, if he's good in mathematics, push him that direction. If he's good in language or in drawing or in arts, push him in that direction. Because we cannot dictate the way. Students are not rulers, you know. Rules are fixed.
Yes.
20, 20, 10, 10, 15, 15. And one thing that I also like to mention is that in every television these last years, you don't see programs for the younger generation.
No.
You don't see at all.
No, why is this?
Even on the news, at 7 a.m. every morning, they start talking about Rama,
Drugs,
about the
murder,
about
death.
drugs, and the only moment, and this is very sad, the only moment when they talk about youth is when a student gets stabbed with a knife at school. That's when a student goes out in television. And that's where they talk about students and the young generation. And this is very sad.
Yeah.
This is very sad, and this has to end.
But I think part of this is a broader problem with the media. It's click-driven and view-driven rather than quality-driven, you know? So they chase what, you know, the scandal, the drama, what they think people want to see rather than what society needs.
Maybe it's a politics this, that you show the people the saddest things on earth so they can tell themselves, we are so good here.
Yeah. My life's not that bad.
Yeah, like, for example, at 7 a.m. in the morning, you see a news like in the region of Shamahaptranatra in Bangladesh, a driver falls off the street and dies. But
yeah, that's terrible. But you're eating your cornflakes. Like,
what have I done?
Not him.
What have I done to deserve this, you know?
Yeah.
People die in the world, of course. But you have to push me to good positive vibes so I can start my day, work good, and things. This will push others to work good. You know, we need good energy. We don't need bad energy.
This is a problem around the world, though, with media feeding negativity. So what do you like painting? What's your preferred?
I like very much caricatures and portraits and, you know, and the anatomy of the body. It's something that sticked in me since the young age. You know, the body is a perfection, an evolution of the body, and you can find this many similarity in the animal kingdom, like the human body, and this is what I like the most.
Yes,
you know? And the Renaissance in Italy was the heaven for me. Where I study the most. I also have many tattoos from the Renaissance in my backyard.
So you paint every day or just...
Not every day.
No, just when you have time.
Having 3 kids is not...
Are they artistic?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah, the biggest and the youngest are very much.
I like to paint as well, and my daughter, she paints on the walls in her room. Yeah. So I allow it.
It's okay.
Maybe she'll be a famous painter one day, and I can retire. You know, so
we allow it. We allow it to. It's a form of expression. And it's good for the kids. It's good for everybody.
Yes.
And it's very helpful because almost my friend, which is a painter, during the pandemic. Even my wife is a painter, and during the pandemic, it was a very healing tool because you jump in that dimension when you have written your own rules and you can decide what is going on in
Yes.
that dimension, and it sets you free
Yeah,
from what we used to experience.
I find it's one of the, I mean, sport is one for me, but art is where I really switch off, you know. I have a sport watch, and when I paint, I get these warnings on my watch, like, we detect an unusually high heart rate, you know,
Really?
and I'm there like this.
Really?
And I think I'm relaxed, but I must be excited as well.
Yeah.
But I'm not aware of it because I'm just like in the zone, you know. Maybe you have something else in common with Edi Rama then, both painters, you know.
Yeah, but you know, people blame me for that because they say, because you impersonate him, that's why you start studying for a painting.
Life imitates art.
No. I used to paint when I was a little kid.
Yeah. The art came first. You know what I'm going to ask you to finish before we finish the show, right? Do you know?
No.
No? You have no idea? You can say no, but I'd be really sad if you did. Can you do an impression of Edi Rama for me? But him reacting to something going on with the protests.
Yes.
This is like I'm a fan moment. I'm so excited to know. So sorry to put the pressure on you.
Okay. Ka lafe që Irani është pas protestuesve dhe ata po përpiqen të sabotojnë qeverinë me sa të munden, por ne duhet i dalim para çdo pasigurie dhe të përpiqemi, pse jo, të shkërmoqim. Kjo është ajo që do të thotë.
That was so. Even the way your leg was slightly twitching, you know, that was brilliant because he's been in this chair before, so I felt that, you know. Thank you so much, and thank you for finally making it to my studio.
Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, yes, I had a great time.
Good. That's all for this week. You can watch Inside Albania every Saturday on Euronews Albania on our YouTube channel, Euronews Albania, or across all major podcasting platforms. Until next week, Mira Pavshim.